Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. So Ulta 21 Days of Beauty starts on August 29th. So I wanted to do this fun video where we revisit my purchases from the 21 Days of Beauty from the spring. So I did end up getting a total of 15 products, which is almost a full face. I am missing some products, so everything that I used to create this look will be in the description box below. Starting with the Urban Decay Face Spawn in the shade 12 Light Neutral, which is a pretty good shade. It does have a little bit of a slight pinkness to it, but once I have the rest of my makeup on, it's really not that bad. Now this claims of being waterproof, sweat-proof, transfer-proof, and smudge resistant. And I gotta say, after consistently using this, I really do believe in those claims. Now this ended up being one of my most reached foundations this summer. It leaves a matte finish look to the skin. It wears well, it sits well without being heavy and stuffy. My oils do peek through with this, but honestly that's really not that shocking. I do have quite extremely oily skin. It works with all of my different tools, sponges, puffs, foundation brushes of all kinds, and it does play well with a lot of my makeup products. So this is definitely one of the best purchases from the spring. Next up, we have the About Face liquid eyeshadow. So I ended up picking two shades. So I ended up picking Smell Before Rain, which is described as a matte beige, but it's more of a cool taupe, and Capulet, which is a warm soft brown. Now these were purchased with the intent of going in the eye category of my office and networking makeup bag, but I really don't like these. I didn't like them when I first bought them, and I still don't like them. I am working on loving these. I did do a mixture of both of the shades for today's look, all alone with no primer underneath it. It's already starting to get gunky over here at the top. I tried a new application method today, and I really thought it was going to work, but it really doesn't seem like it did. I've tried different brushes, I've tried different primers, no primers, different tools. I even tried like the end of my sponge puff, and it just still doesn't work. These tend to crease extremely bad. Now I do have a lot of creases on my eye just alone by itself, but with this on top, it makes the creases look gunky. It's really like stuffy, especially right here where the creases are very prominent in my eye shape. I definitely could have passed on these, but I am glad that I got to try them. The Nars liquid blushes. I have a love and hate relationship with these. Picked up two shades. I picked up the shade O and the shade Behave. I loved them initially because they were going to be a blush candidate for my networking and office makeup bag. After like consistently using them, I just noticed that they're really not that great. They don't wear well. They're very sheer to the point where they're just gone, which is insane because like how does a blush just like disappear on you? It's a very odd formulation that I've never had an experience with unlike this. Now I did love that sheerness when I bought it, but after wearing these for like a 13-hour day, like it's gone. Like there's nowhere to be found. The best way to work with these is definitely with a sponge puff. If you use these with a brush, it's gone. They're gonna fade away. I've tried all different types of brushes, dense, flimsy. Doesn't work at all with a brush, but it works semi-okay with the sponge. Total side note, but the packaging of these irritates me because this gold cap is so blinding at 6 a.m. The light will hit these and just get in my eye, and I already can't see. And starting off my morning with this blinding me, it's just so irritating. I definitely could have passed on these, but I'm still glad that I got to try them. The Morphe Bake and Set Loose Powder. I did pick up two shades. I picked up the shade Peach and Banana. These were an type of product when I first tried them, but slowly I did begin to really like these. It's lightweight, it's natural, but it still has that slight blurring factor that it doesn't really look like makeup on the skin, but it still covers enough for me. I love the peach shade when I really want to brighten up certain areas, and I love the banana shade for an all-over face powder. They sit well, they work well with all different formulations, all different tools, from dense brushes to flimsy brushes. Works with sponges, but my favorite is definitely a powder puff for this. Definitely one of the best purchases from the spring. The Nudestix stackable blushes. So I did end up picking two of these. I got the shades Barely Nude and Love and Roses. I love these. I love them from first use. Has a very stunning formulation that sits really well on top of my texture without enhancing anything. It works with all my products. It's a really good base blush for my blush combos. Works with all of my different brushes, and it does work well with a sponge puff too. My favorite for this formulation is definitely a soft and denser brush, so it really does pick up that formulation, but without making the skin around it look stuffy and just like too much. I do still hate the packaging, but the product does make up for it, so this was definitely a good purchase. The Bare Minerals bronzers, which I did forget to use today, so we're going to apply some, but I did end up picking up 3 shades. I got Kiss of Pink, Kiss of Mauve, and Kiss of Spice. This was definitely a new formulation to me. I was never into more luminous products, almost like blush toppers. That's just really never been my type of product that I would reach for. So there was definitely a learning curve to these. Now, this is definitely an interesting product because it doesn't enhance texture, but it can definitely look stuffy on the skin if applied with the wrong tool. I've tried so many different tools and techniques, but my favorite has to be a very flimsy brush, just like this one. Now, this type of brushes is going to pick up the pigment and that luminosity, but without giving that stuffy look to the skin. I have been using these all summers, especially the shade Kiss of Pink, so this was definitely one of the best purchases. Now, before moving on to our last product, we do need to talk about a product that I did end up losing, and I don't have any more to show you guys. So I did end up picking up one of the Tarte Maracuja lip plumpers. In all honesty, I did not know that that wasn't in my collection anymore until today when I started to plan my filming. And the fact that I did not start to freak out and frantically look for it is saying a lot. So this has always been an product for me, but I did start to like it to the point where it did become a lip product candidate for the lip category for my networking and office makeup bag. And that is where I feel like I lost it. I probably took it with me one day and it just didn't end up coming back home with me. The formulation was just I didn't have much thoughts of it when I first bought it, and I still don't have any thoughts on it now. Besides the fact that I would really love to see that scent be made into a perfume by Tarte, I definitely could have passed on that, but I am glad that I got to try it. And the last product is the Fenty Beauty Cream and Heat. So I got 2 shades. I got the shades Mauve Vibes in the cream and Lavender Savage in the heat. I love these. Riri can never do any wrong. I haven't done many cool tone looks this summer, so I haven't picked it up as much, but I do absolutely love the formulation of this. But the heat, now this is the first one I've ever tried from this line, and I love it so much that I really want to pick it up in different colors. It is stunning. It's sheer, it's buildable. It works well on top of lip products without disturbing what's underneath it too much. It blurs the lip lines. It definitely does have that heat factor, but it's not uncomfortable. These were definitely one of the best purchases. I gotta say that my purchases from the spring 21 Days of Beauty were definitely good purchases. I'm constantly using these products. They definitely have a purpose in my collection, whether it is as my makeup collection as a whole or as a subcategory for my office and networking makeup collection. I am so excited for the fall 21 Days of Beauty, which does start on the 29th, so literally in a couple of days. And I'm so excited to do an updates video just like I did with this one. So that is all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I would love to know what your best 21 Days of Beauty purchases were from the spring. And if you guys have already looked for the fall 21 Days of Beauty, totally let me know what you guys are going to be picking out. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, besties.